We are with Rahul Dua, CEO of Playvium. So, Rahul, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me for this interview.
Great. Our first question is about your biggest surprise. You have just stepped into the CEO role at Playvium. What has been your biggest surprise about the live casino space since taking the helm, and how has it reshaped your initial game plan?
I was a bit surprised, having 12 plus years of experience in this iGaming domain. I saw that, this world look really fantasy when someone is looking from the front. But if someone is going deeper inside that, they will able to understand how the big operators are actually being trapped because they really want to go into the iGaming world. Every startup, every operator really want to go and launch their platform. But the biggest challenge for them is they don't know how to operate it. Then they want to launch it, but there is the actual game starts how to get it operated. What can be the operational mechanism? And that's where they get failed. If you go and search out of 100 startups, 90 startups are actually getting failed because of this reason only. And why? What's the purpose? What's the reason behind that? The reason was they are still working on a rental model, on a white label model. So they don't have any control over the things. They don't know how to own the things. Because if you don't have any control, you are in a trap. You really want to go big. That is the biggest blocker for you. So that's one of the things that I've actually seen, which make me surprised. Like these players who actually want to grow big, who want to get into the market at a good pace, but still are being trapped with a kind of models where they don't control, they don't have any ownership. That's what I have seen as a big surprise for me.
It's definitely a process you just mentioned right now. What about your day to day operation? Playvium talks about quote unquote own your live casino, keep your revenue end code approach. Can you walk us through what that actually looks like for an operator in practical day to day terms?
For sure. You know what happened? Like I previously said, Playvium has been branded into the market with a clear thought. We really want to help operators. We really want operators to grow, not just providing them a tech part and then we don't care about how they are going to be big. Because as a brand, I understand I have worked with a lot of startups and operators. What I've seen that if you want to become big as a brand, you have to get into the shoes of the operators. And that's where how Playvium is positioned. We help operators not with a white label model, like we said, like the coach said, own your casino. We give the operators a flexibility to own the platform from day one. The biggest thing is every operator has huge millions of deposits on a daily and a monthly basis. Now the GGR has a percentage, and then out of GGR they're paying a hefty amount to the game technology providers under white label. Then they don't have any control if they really want to launch their own games. How they're gonna do that? Because they have to chase the technology provider or the white label provider. But Playvium gives operator a right. Hey, you own the hotel from the day one. You own your platform from the day one. You don't have to chase me. If you have your own content, go for it. Launch it. Own your revenue with the day one. And the best part is, let's take an example of a hotel. If you're going to a hotel, you rent a room, you for let's say for 7 days, you're only allowed to stay. You can expand it, but you can't own it. But if you are going to own a hotel from the day one, think about what you can do, how you can multifold your business. That's where Playvium is positioned.
I love how you are providing local goals and short term goals and long term goals. What about Playvium's unique offering? Live casino is very crowded and highly competitive, vertical. When you sit down with operators here at Sigma Asia, what is the one thing you tell them that clearly differentiates Playvium from the usual platform or studio pitch?
It's a really a great question. Let me think a bit. I think, from the last 2 days when I was sitting with operators, and even though from the day the event has been started, the parties and all those stuffs. One thing that I felt and that I was consulting to the operators is owning your thing. Like I previously said, every operator who is coming to me, every operator who is running their platform, because this market, the iGaming, is a very volatile market. If you go to regulated markets, semi-regulated markets, the dynamics, the regulations are changing, and at the pace, this gambling world is changing at a very strong pace, and very important for an operator to see from the vision how he wants to grow. And Playvium helps them to grow with their ownership, guiding them the right consulting, guiding them how you can grow, where you can grow, and what can be the multifold revenue you can have in the next 3 to 5 years. So everyone has a vision to grow, but they don't know how to execute it, and they need a right partner, not just a technology provider. So Playvium becomes their right partner end to end, with giving them the ownership to own everything from the day one. So they don't have to chase me, they can be the king of their own. So Playvium is trying to make kings as a kingmaker.
Great.
That's the thought. That's a big difference that we have.
What about your experience with Asian operators now? You position yourself strongly, passionately around global partnerships and the GCC market. How are you translating that experience to Asian operators, and where do you see the most natural bridge between GCC and Asia in terms of layer behavior and regulation?
That's really nice. I would say it's an interesting one. I have seen that, the Asian operators and GCC, the regulations, the frameworks are definitely different in both the markets. The GCC have its own regulations. If you go to UAE, they've recently got a regulation, GCGRA, and now they are licensing the operators. In Asian market, there is a different trend because every country has their own thoughts, own frameworks. But one thing which you will find bridging both the geographies is the user acquisition, the preference towards local content. They really focused on mobile first approach. Like they really want everything to be easily accessible via mobile. They really want the content to be more localized, because every geography you go, they have their own user experience. Every user has the and if you shift the geography and if you're trying to give, you know the best user experience, that's matter the most, and that's one of the key factor in both the markets. With localized content, that's very important. That's what I have seen as well. Different language, different thoughts, and again frameworks are different, but if you are giving them localized, why don't they would retain, the user would retain. So that's one of the thing which is bridging both the geographies, being more localized, have local content, and mobile first approach. That's what I have seen.
Lots of factors here, lots of developments. What about exciting developments now from a tech and product perspective? What are the most exciting developments you are pushing at Playvium right now? Why are these important?
Okay, so I came from a technical background. I myself have worked a lot with startups, not only in iGaming but in other technology, other industries as well. The major shift, or I would say the major thing that is needed nowadays, how you are exactly going to use the technology on top of everything to automate and give an ease to the users. So, as we know, after COVID, everyone is talking about AI, artificial intelligence. So, our unique focus is how we can leverage AI in retaining the users on the platform, in giving them more personalization. Now let's take an example. If I know how I'm going on a platform on a daily basis doing the betting. Let's say I'm playing poker, or I'm playing, let's say, roulette or slot games. What I'm gonna do? The platform will try to understand my pattern, my behavior, how I'm playing, how much time I'm spending, what is the bet amount I'm spending. Now the AI will understand my pattern and then will create personalized offers for me. will recommend me only those games which I'm playing the most, will try to create personalized campaigns for me, personalized discounts for me, so that I can come onto the platform and I can retain myself. Other thing can be a virtual tables, wherein a virtual dealer interacting with the players, let's say, and virtual dealer is getting and recommending them to bet, but not, and the person is betting on their behalf. So these small things, data analytics layer, which is very important. As a CXO, if I'm running a platform and I'm running in multiple jurisdictions, if I want to have a single data analytics platform that can connect multiple platforms of mine and will able to tell me which jurisdiction is giving me maximum profits, which jurisdiction is not having much GGR, okay, which jurisdiction should I continue to operate, which games are more trending for me. So these are the unique offerings that we are leveraging via AI, so that, because as an operator, what I need to multifold my revenue, and technology is playing a vital role there. So it's like how you're adding a sweet spot on top of your platform to make it viable for all the users and to retain them. That's, you can say, a blue ocean strategy to differentiate yourself among others.
And also balancing with different jurisdictions as well too, different mindset. Thank you very much, Rahul. Rahul Dua, CEO of Playvium. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. It was a pleasure. And thank you, Sigma, for having me here.